Great Mother, Spirit, is always trying to get your attention, always trying to remind you to be now, because now is where it's at, now is where it's happening, and it'll always just be now. There never is anything else but now. But a lot of false beliefs will have you thinking otherwise. The adversary to all of this, the other side of duality, is always trying to get you into thoughts, into the past, into the future, and away from this now moment at all costs. Uses very good tactics, especially getting one into thought about fear, worry, doubt, despair. You know, those lower things where those lower thought forms can pull one in. They're very clever how they pull you in. One thought after the next, after the next, after the next, and all of a sudden you're down that road, indulging in thoughts and indulging in the sensations of those thoughts too. Mother, your divine essence, the true self, the spirit, is always trying to pull you back to the now. And that's why we find the game, duality, back and forward, trying to sit on that centre path, on that middle route, straight down, in between the scales, and just sitting there, being very calm, being very peaceful, being in that now. Because all distractions and all temptations pull you to one side of the scale or the other side of the scale, in one way, shape or form. The adversary doesn't want you in that now moment, because in that now moment is your awakening. And in those temptations, which we all fall for, is the fall. When we fall for the temptation, when we fall for the distraction, we fall. We fall away from the now. We fall in consciousness. We fall from our divine power, our divine essence, our trueness. And the more you do actually awaken, the more distractions and the more temptations are tried to be given to us. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. But the game is upped when we awaken that little bit more, when we become more aware of the game of duality and the illusion of all of this. We do actually go, something's up. Depending on how far you're along the journey, depending on how much those distractions and those temptations take different form, in however it is for your journey. But they will come, and we get blindsided by them when we think we're on a certain level of awakening, or even if someone believes they are awake. That's a big old trap to fall into. Thinking you're awake is, when you think you're awake, you haven't got it. And that can be played upon and preyed upon into your subconscious mind, and then it will play out and manifest in ways where you pulled into more illusion. When we get pulled into illusion, we let these thoughts cause sensations and reactions in the body, and then we fall more into thought as those reactions are taking place, as the sensations are playing in the body, gets us on thought loops, gets us even further away from this now moment. In that, our programs are triggered, our beliefs are triggered. That pulls us further away from our now consciousness. Everything's pulling us away from this very now moment. And the only thing not pulling you away from this very now moment is your pure essence. Great Mother, Spirit. source, whatever, God, if you want to use that word, whatever word you want to use, that will never pull you away from anything, because that is you right now. And the mind actually tricks you into thinking. The mind tricks you into thinking thoughts are important. Look at me. Do this, do that. What about this? What about that? It's a good play. It's a good show. Have you ever noticed when you're maybe meditating or just being or just trying to be silent, there's always something, isn't there, trying to get your attention somewhere. Look at me. What about here? What about this? What about that? Watch those thoughts. Become the observer. Become the watcher. Watch them without judgment, without reaction. And it just takes some practice, but it can be done with practice. It's not the easiest game to play, is it, doing this? But it's doable. It's doable to come back to that present moment. And in that present moment, the truth is revealed. The truth of who you truly are. And in this truth of what we are, and in this true reality, the illusion of the separation, the illusion of the false reality falls away. All this crumbles around in itself, very quickly falls away. And as this falls away, the illusion of separation disintegrates. Everything will disintegrate in that illusion when we actually realise this is actually just a dreamscape. Nothing's real here. We're not even here. We are just now, right in this moment. And in this moment where all your power resides, all your joy resides, all your peace resides, all your freedom that you ever dreamed of resides right here, right now. Not in the future scenario, not in the attainment of anything material or an experience. Your freedom, your peace, your joy, whatever value you hold dear, resides right now. It is nowhere else. We can all go looking, and I'm not saying the journey and the path of attainment is something to be dismissed, because I actually will advocate for the path of attainment. Go and seek these things that we believe will give us this joy, this peace, this freedom, these, whatever it is for you, whatever these high values are for you. And then the attainment of, once we receive these things and their potentness wears off, the experience starts to dwindle, and then we come back and we realise that, in that experience, in that attainment of a certain material thing, didn't bring me the happiness or the joy or whatever I was looking for. So where is it again? Well, it's here, where it's now, where it always was. But sometimes we have to go looking, we have to go searching again and again, and that's fine. Until we get it, we don't have to keep searching, we don't have to keep going round and round in these circles. It was all here, all along. And once we realise it's all about now, and we're actually a now being, that's what we are, a now being, right now, being. And then that sensations that we was trying to attain just naturally appear. The smile appears, the sensation of peace appears, the sensation of joy appears, and the sensation of freedom will appear. And in this now is knowing. And in the middle of the word knowing is the word now. Because now is knowing. And it's to know your true divine essence. Your true, powerful beautiful spirit self. So let's rebuild that trust with ourselves. Let's tap back into this now moment of who we truly are. Practice being present. It's not the easiest in the world, but again, it's doable. Watch your breath. Best way to do it is just watch that breath. There's no little, techniques to it. You haven't got to sit cross-legged and put one finger over one nostril and breathe in through that way and do this and do that and count your breaths. No, just watch the breath. Watch the body breathing. Watch that you are the watcher. Watch that you are observing that just moving in this now moment. Begin to trust yourself again. Begin to trust Great Mother again, because Great Mother will reveal to you who you truly are. And what you truly are is Great Mother, is the Spirit, is the essence of this divine now moment. It's time. Time to come out of time and space. Time to come out of time fully. Back to this present moment as much as we possibly can. Keep practicing that, keep sitting with that, and watch this magic happen and unfold, because that magic and that unfoldment of what we are will happen, is happening, and will happen for many, many of us at the right time when it's needed. And that time's coming. And when that time comes, we'll realise there was no time, it was always now. And that's where you always reside. Right now, in your beautiful self. There's nothing else to it but just to be. Much love.